Welcome to I think this would be episode 20, about 22, 21? 22, yes, actually. 22, it's been a long, long week and a very long day. We left off a lot of tension and a lot of trustworthy and distrustworthy type keeps in the whole entire party start taking across. And we're going to continue off to where last time we saw was in a little bit of the shopkeep to where Aaron and Drift were getting a little bit more of a disguise kit. So continuing on, Mike, I need you to unmute.
Yes, sir.
You see the older woman kind of like saying, "Welcome to my shop. What can I do for you, dearie?"
I'm just gonna kind of smile and try to reflect whatever atmosphere she's giving. I'm gonna be like, "Hello, I would like to buy a disguise kit
Do you have some sort
or
of
two."
Do you have some sort of stroke? What is wrong with you, child?
I'm sorry. I like your voice a lot, and I just wanted to speak like you do.
Well, first off, you barely got a very, very terrible accent. I can pretty much say that. And if anything, it's more of like a birthright, so I really can't help it. I am a pretty old woman.
While she's doing this, I'm gonna kind of motion over to Aileen and be like, "Hey, if you wanted to grab something, now's your chance."
As soon as you
give that cue.
As soon as you wave over to where Aileen is, dust.
Very subtly.
She is nowhere within sight. As soon as you're like saying like, "Hey, you just look over Aileen. Where the hell she go?"
Bruh. Oh well. I'm here to buy 2 disguise kits. Do you have some?
2 disguise kits. I do have disguise kits. How many? You said 2 disguise kits, right? It'll be about
Yes.
about 35 gold pieces.
I will pay her up in full.
Alright, and you see her take out and like put 2 disguise kits. Use of disguise kit, it's 8 plus your proficiency plus your, since you're just like putting on like either like makeup and like different clothing, I'd say it'd be your persuasion.
Mm-hmm. Not deception.
Yes, actually, deception. It'd be better deception.
Yeah, because that's literally the only thing I'm proficient in.
It depends on. I'll say this: between deception and persuasion, depending on the scenario.
Gotcha. So DM's choice.
It's your choice, not my choice.
There, I just put plus deception / persuasion. There we go.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Alrighty. That sums it up. Thank you.
Switching over towards you, Aileen. You said that you walked out of the shop to open up your letter. What are you doing as soon as you go to open up your letter?
I'm in an alley. I fucking dipped.
You go into the alleyway, you open up your letter, and as much as because I have like a lot of like good bouncy stuff, even though like I don't know if I'll ever get like a sponsor from this, I actually kind of like want to take a shout out for like a very good channel when it comes to like some good D&D music, not only just on YouTube but in Epidemic. Barterfly, I want to say thank you because like your music is beautiful. It's very beautiful. If anything, I'm going to leave a link down in your description of both your Epidemic and your YouTube. Your music is fantastic.
Hey, hats off.
But
Yo.
Aileen, you go into the alleyway and you open up your letter. You read,
Mhm.
to condolences for anyone who reads this, preferably you, Aileen. I here to advise that do localized friend of your, not of family standards, but someone very special to you, has stricken something of very, very hurtful thing. Something bad has happened. And there's a little picture of a elven, of a, not of like a, yeah, of a pale elven woman, unconscious, not moving, and eyes super wounded, and blood all over her. I'm afraid something has stricken and happened terribly here, back in your home of the Feywild. If anything were to... And it continues on to where there's a ... My daughter, Aileen, my child. Something terrible has happened to not only just to Juniper, but to your mother, to everybody in the court. Something has drastically happened. Something, I don't know, but it's very dangerous. We need you to come back home. If anything, you were right, and you finally get what you've been wanting the whole entire time. And I probably know how that makes you feel, because you are my child. It makes you feel happy. Your mother's hurt, possibly gonna die, I'm gonna die. That just makes you happy. And, well, you finally got your wish. To see everybody that you hate die and hurt in a good torture for a fact. But please come home. We need the guidance. And as much strong as our magics are, we need... Pos happens in the letter. We need the help of a divination specialist. Not because of the arts of the divine nature that you took, but special because you are my daughter. I need you, my little siren. Please come back home. Or don't. Because no matter what, at the end of every single era and decade, I will always, no matter how I act, will always love you, my daughter. And the note ends.
I just want to wonder where he got the notation that I wanted to see them all dead. I was like, if you don't gonna let me be me, then fuck you, I'm leaving. And that's what I did. I left.
It's like
I don't want them dead.
the whole entire like annotation of like I wanted them all dead. It's kind of like beseeching of like how you've... I would say like you kind of get like a little bit of like a ache in the back of your neck saying that, and it's like you're thinking, I've said multiple times, not only just to like myself towards Poseidon or like anybody in my whole entire ship, all my like family are dicks. I wish they died.
Yeah, but you know, that's just a joke. Like, who really wants their family dead?
And like it's that whole entire set of turmoil. Aileen, feeling in this moment, how do you actually feel?
skeptical.
Very skeptical.
Yeah.
Insight. Or,
Oh, fuck
or
me.
I will say this. Insight or Arcana.
Shit, where's my fucking binder? Because this one's not on D&D.
Oh
I see
no.
hard.
He's
why.
magically altered the letter to say something he didn't originally write.
Bro, that I wouldn't put that past this motherfucker. I really wouldn't. And I'm not talking about my father. I'm talking about Kaz himself.
We'll see.
Hi.
We'll see. I.
I'm tired. Oh, that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Dirty 20 for which one?
Oh, insight. My arcane's fucking shit. I'd like a +3. I'm gonna miss that +8.
Insight reading the letter. The one thing it's kind of drawing to, and I would say there's also like another one to where it shows like your father, like a little bit like he looks like you, but like much more of like the blot, like a little bit of like the shimmering like platinum, but like most of his hair is either like a black gray like streak through it. A little bit more paler than you, wearing very like aquatic.
There's
like
not hot pink.
Nah, trust me, if it was hot pink, I would say like at a younger age, you would always like dye your dad's hair like hot pink and like put like a little bit of shampoo to like there's like a little bit of some in the back to where he's looking in the mirror like, Aileen, you little. But like,
she dyes. Her hair's not naturally hot pink. She fucking dyes that shit.
but like looking at him for like he has like a little bit of like aquatic light clothes, but like always has like a little bit of like the elemental effect of like like magical effect of like tendrils or like pseudo forms of like water always spinning like around him on the waist. Kind of like how Katara from Avatar would always, or like Korra would always have like a water spinning around her or like on her hip. Just kind of like
Okay.
straight aquatic, but you can see him like sitting on like one of like the chairs at his homestead with like bandages all over him, same as like where he's holding your mom's hand while she is knocked out with a bandage over her face, her eyes, a lot on her arms. And like for that insight,
Yeah, what kind of thing is happening over there?
on that insight, you're like, I know he is lying to me. He is definitely lying to me. But like looking at the two photos, you're like, but I might need to go back. I might need to.
Oh. She probably will. She's gonna go back. She's just very skeptical and wants to punch him in the face. But that's also just Aileen in general. She wants to punch everybody in the face.
Like you're caught in this decision. Like you don't know which one you do, but like that turmoil in your mind, like I gotta go back.
Yeah. She's gonna. She'll go back.
When I come out of the shop, do I see anything?
You kind of see.
She's stuck in an alleyway.
You kind of see like there's no one outside for you. There's like a few people walking through, and you and Drift are just like looking side to side, like just like Drift, like, where'd she go? Aileen!
Fuckers. Go on, I say.
To where like Drift is calling out, Aileen!
Do I hear? How far away am I?
What's your passive perception?
23.
Yeah, you definitely hear.
Question is, does she respond?
You know what? I want to roll stealth check and sneak up behind them.
Yeah, roll me stealth. Roll me stealth back. A she breath,
I'm like
propane,
walking
accessories.
around, just looking around, turn a corner.
Fuck, what is this? That's a 9. 19!
And I roll like perception or something.
Yes, like roll investigation.
Natural 20.
Yeah, sorry, Becca. You see Aileen trying to like stealth out like a old like retro play like cartoon version, just like walking through as much as she can to like not get
Oh,
like
there you are.
and you stop in mid place like
Well, shit.
Yeah,
Fuck you too, bitch.
I might not be Giles, but you can't sneak up on me.
Fuck you.
What's going on? What, you just ran off?
I didn't want to go in that boring store. I already stole my diamond.
Ah, that's fair.
Also, I kinda gotta go home.
What, you want to turn yourself in?
Oh
Finally?
no, never.
Never. Well, you
Never.
realize
I'm never gonna admit my crimes.
down the road. Oh yeah, if they can't find the weapon on you. So what exactly were you wanted for again? Like what did you do? Poison people? You outright slit their throat? I mean, you said that they were chasing you through the plains, and now you all of a sudden just want to go back? You don't think that they're gonna arrest you on sight?
Nah, they kinda need me.
I mean, if you're wanted for crimes, and you don't admit to them, they have you on record doing them. How's that
Says
going
you.
to fare? Yeah, who knows?
But
I'm
something's come up.
curious, though.
Something
What was
that they need for the.
You
What?
said
What?
Something came up?
Yeah, something came. But what were you about to ask before that?
What is your weapon
You're
of choice
curious?
for killing people?
A
Inflict
gelatinous
wounds?
cube? No.
A Gillette?
A gelatinous cube?
Drift
Do you
is
still have it?
Drift is like I'm sorry. What?
A gelatinous cube.
What, you would just carry one, or how? I mean, I get that one would be considered dangerous, but how do you kill people with a gelatinous cube?
You kinda just stick their head into it until they
Oh, well,
die.
that's just wrong. And you still have it?
I go to look for it in the saddlebag that I kept it in because it's in a little astral plane.
Big ol' hole.
Oh,
It's not
see,
there.
that's kind of the problem with holding a gelatinous cube. They just kind of just eat through the bag.
No, it depends.
You know,
No, it's a magical bag. A
However,
magical bag that, like, when you put something in it, it goes in kind of like a
Yeah.
bag of holding, but instead of it being like infinite space, when you put it in there, it goes into like its own little pocket dimension.
Wait, how long has it been gone?
I don't know.
Can I investigate the bag for like traces of residue or something?
sure. Investigation.
Yeah, or survival?
Investigation.
I mean, I'm looking for traces of life. Could that be
Investigation.
survival?
Technically, the gelatinous cube is not it is not a living form. It is.
You sure? I mean, I would really like the +9 here.
How about you tell me what you rolled?
That's an 11. It would have been a 17.
11. Looking upon this bag, there's no residue on this thing whatsoever. The only thing you can tell is that there's a hole in it.
Oh, this thing has been gone forever. You can't even hardly say it's yours anymore. It's out to roam free.
I mean, I had it before coming to the island. I know that much.
Are you
Because
sure?
I thought about killing somebody with the gelatinous cube, and I had my hand on my saddlebag. And I looked in, and it was still there. I thought about killing somebody again. I had an itch. But now
Okay.
now it's not there. So we have a problem.
Well, that's not good.
But there's a gelatinous cube running around.
Do they get
I'm
bigger?
going back home today. Yes, the more it consumes, the bigger it gets.
So if you waterboard with one, it gets bigger, or no?
It does, but then when I put it back in my bag, it shrinks back down to head size.
Gotcha.
I feed it every now and then because he does get pretty hungry. I named him Steve.
So, in that sense, shouldn't we just stay and get rid of this, or should we leave and just let it wreak havoc?
Well, I mean, if it's on the islanders are pretty fucked.
I mean,
Because
I'm
once it
sure
gets
that
too
there's
big,
a-
I can't put it back in my saddle bag.
there has
And
to
they're
be
really-
like a guard or something here that would be able to take it out.
Well, technically, it eats everything. Like, it's really, 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 really hard to hit.
As soon as you say that, you see like a lot of wizards walk by like this. Okay, I know what you're talking about, but I'm telling you, that thing was like the size of like the whole entire, like, the giant sized building that we even got here in Thorncarver. I mean, you know how many times I actually have to use like freaking decay on the whole entire thing? And
My
I mean,
face and try to look unassuming.
and there's like a walking
Alien just
class.
snickers.
Yeah, let's just leave.
I'm gonna go find a teleportation circle, because like I said, I gotta go home.
Well, you know, if we wait like 2 levels, I can tree scride us out of here.
I think it's something that I need to do now, though.
Alright, do yourself. So what, you're leaving too, just like Giles and Sage?
Well, I mean, I guess, but I think I'm gonna come back. I just need to take care of this. They just need a divination person,
I mean,
and
what
they
about
don't
this
know any other
mission?
cleric.
Why don't we complete this mission and go back? Does it sound urgent?
It does, but like pretty urgent.
Okay,
Like people are dying urgent.
okay. I don't think that that's something we could really help with. This is divine magic we're talking about. I can only really... Yeah.
Yeah, you naturistic bitch.
Oh.
I love you though. No homo though. I think. I think
no,
that's how you say it.
That doesn't make me feel any better. Okay, so
You're the one that
how about,
applies this.
how about you take care of this? I'm gonna know where you are at all times unless you leave this plane. So I don't think you can hide. I don't mean that in any kind of like mean way.
Well,
but the thing is, I will be leaving the.
Well, technicality, Aaron. When Sage left, she never took her crystal with her.
No.
So, theoretically, you technically could still talk to her. Aileen meaning.
So Sage has.
Would I know this? Would Aaron know this?
You would definitely know this. Aaron would definitely know
Alright.
this.
Yeah, I would just say don't think you can hide because no matter where you are, what plane you're on, I can find you.
Okay. I'll just be in the Feywild. I'm not gonna be hiding. Unless you want me to sneak up on you and scare you.
No, I'm talking about if you're like in prison or something and we have to come get you out.
Oh. That might be a possibility.
Yeah, just don't go to prison. Lol. No.
I will try not to. There's no guarantee if I help heal everybody. They might just still throw me in prison. Because like I said, I got the gelatinous cube from the Feywild. Accidentally killed somebody. Found that it was fun. And so started doing it in every other plane.
Yeah, just good luck with that. Yeah. Goodness. I need to drink water. But, have fun with that, I guess. I can't ask you to stay.
I'll
That
message you on
sounds
my
so
crystal
urgent.
if I need help. I'll send out an SOS.
If you can. Yes, you can take... Wait, clerics can take sending.
Yes, but I think sending only works in a certain amount of ranges, right?
Lane.
Or,
It's an amount of words that you can say.
Oh, it's not a words.
Does it work
I
across
get my
planes?
trail mixed up.
May I
It
interject?
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sending can't. It has a 5% chance to fail if going across other planes.
Got it. So it's roll a
It's
d20.
only a
If it hits a
5%
1.
chance. It's only a 5% chance. Oh, it's a risk I can take.
And it's like 25 word limit.
Yeah, no. I'll just use like send help, prison.
Send help.
At least
Prison.
no.
Location of prison. Many guards. Do 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 do
You see,
do do Fedora.
you see,
Oops,
Drift.
shiny.
You see, Drift immediately like, okay. So Giles went to go do his thing. You're going home for just a bit, if you may come back or not.
It's the one thing with the plane I'm going to, time's a little funky. I could be only gone for like maybe I don't think this could take more than a week. But I also might not be judging the problem very correctly. Maybe a month at max.
So,
But
so how does the
what a
Feywild
month
work?
to me could be a lot longer to y'all.
Yeah, I'm no
Or vice
stranger to how.
versa.
Do I understand how the Feywild works? Like, kind of.
History?
All right, special dice.
It's also
Here
a
we go.
very good acid trip.
Oh,
Don't go to
Oh.
Vegas.
22.
How many books has
The 20
Eric-
of the two.
Aaron read about different planes?
Well, from where he grew up, there were a lot of books about miscellaneous topics, so he might have skimmed one about the Feywild once. And kind of read about it and thought, huh, that's interesting. Well, I wonder what it would have been like if I went there. You know.
It's a drug trip. That's what it's like.
You would know for a fact that like time duration is a day is a week is a month, and a month is a year.
Gotcha.
1 year is 10 decades.
So Aileen could be gone for an entire year.
I'm just like, yeah, a week to you is gonna be different. Definitely.
I know. I'll be back as soon as I can. And if things get too crazy and you absolutely need me back, please pull me away. Please, please, I'm begging you.
You don't want to be there longer than you have to anyway.
Exactly, or else I might kill myself.
Okay,
But
well,
I'm glad Steve to do it.
if I...
Steve ran away.
Yeah, all this about Steve. He'll be fine. He has a whole village to keep him alive.
Yeah.
Or
I guess it's
possibly
better
to
for
kill
this.
him.
It's better this way. Yeah, I guess it's better this way. He'll be
Yeah.
happier here.
He will.
You see Drift
I'm not very
immediately-
good at like making people feel better about stuff. My charisma's very terrible, so I'm more just like, yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, he'll kill a bunch of people and be happy. You know?
You
He
see,
doesn't need me to waterboard people within him.
see Drift like
He didn't need you anyway. You know?
Thanks.
you see Drift say like, so you're gonna leave now, or just like a few minutes or an hour or a day?
I'll go ahead and leave now.
I'm gonna go
There's-
now.
I know
Bye.
there's a teleportation circle. Well, the sooner I get there and the sooner I get done, the better. It's my
Sooner
thought
you can get
process.
back. You know?
That's what I just said. Dumbass.
Be safe, okay?
You too. Don't die.
Alright, let's practice doing sending really quick. Be safe. Don't die. Protect yourself and your family.
Do you even have that
I
spell?
don't have to be prepared.
Get your job done quickly so we can reconvene.
Do you even
I
have?
don't have that spell prepared.
Do you even
No,
have?
I don't
that
either.
spell? Okay.
We'll practice tomorrow. I'll prepare the spell tomorrow.
If I get a message... Oh no. because you can't talk to me unless it's through that message anyway. So I'll know.
I'm gonna do the whole thing. You can reply to this.
Alright. Wait, do we separate now? Are we leaving?
You see,
Yeah.
Drift start walking.
My hair looks like it's a rat's nest.
And Aileen starts walking, going her path, as Aaron also starts going his path with Drift. Aileen, you start walking to the teleportation circle, to where there's like a few wizards outside, just looking at you like, alright, so, going on a business trip, vacation, adventuring trip, missionary, anything personal.
A vacation to the Feywild.
Vacation to the Feywild.
Technically where I'm from.
Oh, so visitation back home. Okay. About 2,000 gold pieces.
Jesus, I'm glad I have that much. She handed over. I'm down to 200.
You can take the
The
gold
lowest Aileen's
pieces.
ever been.
Take the gold pieces and put like five sacks on like different sides of you, to where like the few wizards take out like their spell books, levitate their books, and start clasping their hands together, enchanting an incantation. Hinin Hanhoru, Hinin Hanhoru, Hinin Hanhoru, Hinin Hanhoru. To where there's a rift of a teleportation swirling around like a Doctor Strange portal, making to where like it's an ominous glow of rift, to where like it's a lot of like very mystic vines, to where it's like switching back and forth, to where it opens up and the edge of the portal starts staticking like something wild, something chaotic. And you're looking out to where, like, the image of it, you see the rift open to where you last stepped in through to leave the Feywild, back into, like, the little forest range where the magic circle is, from where your home is. Step right in.
Before I step back, I'm gonna eat. Like I'm gonna turn back to the forest and eat well, Steve, and step right on it.
To where you say that, you hear the wizards. Wait, what? You just jump straight in.
The wizards will remember that Telltale Game style.
Oh, Steve.
As they're doing this, you jump straight through the rift.
Yeah, yeet.
Give me perception.
Oh, fuck me, my stick. Zingle. Oh, I don't need to roll. I don't need to roll a manager. That's a natural 20.
Oh.
For a long character sheet. Perception. For 28.
You're gonna miss that, aren't you?
I am, because the hero shit is a negative.
Hey, who the hell is that? Who the hell is that?
Who's that?
Who the hell is that?
The person that you hate
Who
from another campaign.
Who the hell is that? I don't know what that is. We don't know what the hell that is.
I find it funny that it was my pike dice that rolled the natural 20.
Oh god. Critical Role.
So thank you, Pickle.
Critical Role. I wish we were sponsored by you because you guys are amazing. But and Dimension 20 because I love Dimension 20. But I would
stop trying to grapple me like Happy Wheels, bro.
What? Oh,
yeah. Did you know?
that's like what the hell's happening?
But Aileen,
No, I knew it was. Yeah.
you peer back and the portal closes right behind you. You look around You were in the forefront where, like, everything just seems the exact same. Home.
Actually, her.
But perception, your senses, kind of have like a weird overload with something like something's off. Using your ears much more than your sight to get a glance around what's happening, and you just trying to listen out for the wild creatures here, the wild plants, the wild life itself. And for some reason, there's nothing.
How dare there be nothing?
You're in like the little small area of like the circle. What do you wish to do?
It's like there's like no satyrs around, there's no fairies, nothing.
The sound of silence.
I guess I start walking back to the city?
Start walking, cutting through, going to the exact same path that you and Juniper ran through before you left. Aileen, you've been gone for like... How old are you actually?
You asking the question I don't fucking remember.
It's your character sheet.
Wait, no, guys, that's the wrong one. She's 22.
She's 22, so...
And she... think she ran away when she was 16? Maybe 17?
16, maybe 17.
Yeah, 16, 17.
So either 6-7 years to where like
Yeah.
For you being outside, it'd be like 6-7 years. Out here,
Yes.
you would think it would be like probably 12-14 years, right?
Yes. Yes. Because Feywild time is jacked up. I'm Mountain Dew.
However, you go out to where like you can now see what is used to be like the highlight of like the little point of view of like how most like TV shows play. Well, I wouldn't say players. A lot of TV shows or like how fantasy books like you would read into have like a little strings for like there's like a waypoint of where like the kingdom and the castle is, right?
Yeah.
You are looking, and as soon as you are looking out, everything around you is dead.
Oh.
You can
So
see
something foul's at play.
you can see the kingdom. How like the lights at the Feywild are always so bright and not like one bit of night has hit. Yet the only time where night can hit in such a Feywild, it's only if it's in like a day or night court. You're nowhere even near the night court because where you're from, it's either like it's left or right for you to be in like the day or night court. Everything is just twilight. Everything is pure twilight.
So, this isn't good. This is not good at all.
The kingdom has, to where it is, there's like a lot of smoke building up to where it is. And looking out, you're thinking, have I only been gone for about 14 years? I need you to...
That sounds about right.
You said you always have your crystal in your pouch. Would you have it out at this moment? Or would you still keep it in your pouch?
The crystal for Hugin?
Yes, a crystal from Hugin. Would you have...
It's usually kind of like... It's kind of like tied around my waist. So it's always out, but it's on my waist.
You, as you're thinking, like, I could have been gone for about 14 years, and, like, you see there's a glow on your hip from the crystal.
Oh, great.
To where,
I look to see what Hugin's trying to tell me now.
to where you pick up like, you touch the crystal, and your eyes reverb of that blue light. And it's dating back to whenever you and your group had felt like the mud stone statue-esque of yourself in the rundown museum, looking about, and you guys got all shifted in there. From your point of view, it was only like a few hours that you guys have been in there. Just like a few hours a day at most. But as soon as like you guys get zoomed back in there, you see the cycle of light coming from the museum that is both of sunlight, moonlight, rinse and repeat, as just like a little bit much more of like vine and like more moss building out in the museum, to where it plays back and you hear the voice of Hugin saying, "From the moment that you guys went into those stones, you guys did not come back out until 5 years ago."
What?
Aileen, you have not been gone for 17 years from the Feywild. You haven't been gone for like a day outside the museum, outside of the Feywild. You've been gone for much, much longer.
They said we were inside the museum for 5 years?
5 years
Is that
straight.
what the fuck is going on?
To where the time of like, oh, I've only been here for 14 like years I've been gone. Looking at it from like the wilt of it, to where there's like a few grass turning to gray and like turning into drizzle and dust and falling away in the wind. You have been gone for about either 18 or 36 years from home.
What the fuck?
To where the smoke is building up at the kingdom.
I rush over there, cause I don't know what's going on anymore.
You start dashing, start running straight towards the kingdom, to where you can see there's a lot of people. Elves are from different range, from high all the way to the original Eldrin that used to run the Feywild.
I am so confused.
And you can see they are all passed out. A lot of buildings are knocked to shambles. Everything is laid in ruins.
I feel like a dick. No, I don't. I lied.
You start rushing deeper and deeper into the city. Everything is caught. Everything is destroyed. The only thing that still stands are the banners of the royal, like of the Sacred Court and the Feywild.
Oh my.
As you're seeing that, kind of see there's like a few guards of refugees keeping on. There's like a few blades tattered up and dangerous, calling out in Elven. To where you can hear, "Who goes there? Show yourself."
She acts as a high priestess. Oh, why am I forgetting this? Aileen Fallon. She's a high priestess of Poseidon, Aileen Fallon.
And
She makes sure to point out.
DM question. So I'm sorry I didn't say this before. Could I be watching her this whole time through my crystal?
if you want to, for your foresight, you know what to roll.
Yes.
Motherfucker.
Um,
Forgot how low you guys are.
I think it's at least if I beat a 15 on Arcana, I beat it 17.
As you're doing this, looking into your crystal, looking at the great crystal through your eyes, flash like the green white light, looking through to where she is, to where like it shifts through the planes, to where you can see Aileen.
Motherfucker's fine.
To where like Aileen is looking through, she looks fine, but where she's at, it's terrible. As this is happening, continuing on, where like you call out the High Priestess Aileen Fallon. You see the guard.
Up Poseidon.
Up Poseidon.
Do not forget the Poseidon.
That's High Priestess Up Poseidon. Walking through. You see the guard looking at you, very wounded, with his blade and helmet off. Looks at you, drops his blade, runs over, gives you a hug. Oh, thank God.
Oh, that, please no, no touchy.
As he
I don't like being that.
As he looks at you, by the age of Arcana, and like looks at you like
What?
lifts up your chin, like turns your head side to side, and like holds your face. Aileen.
Yes.
He looks at you and looks at you, and looks into your eyes. Dearie, are you okay?
Peachy, actually. Though Steve did get out, and now I'm kind of, I'm actually not worried.
You recognize this guard. This is like one of like the guards. Like you see, like their name. Their name is Alice, and they're looking at you. So like Alice is like still built like the elf, and there's like a little bit of like a peach fuzz, but they are built to where like they look more masculine in their appearance, but they have like a little bit of like the feminosity coming of like the way like they are dressed a little bit, and like how the hair is kind of cut back just a little bit, tied up in like a little bun. Just looking at you. My bad, Your Highness. But how exactly? How did you get here? How did you get back home?
A teleportation circle? Duh.
That's grand. Do you think you can, I don't know, find a way to contact anybody? I mean...
I have a group of people that I travel with that I can get in contact with.
If anything, that'll be good enough, as long as you can get it to me. I'm so sorry, Your Highness.
Please stop calling me that.
Sorry, it's part of the old moniker. Also, while you... Do you want to... And, like, you kind of see, they just point to, like, the direction leading to where, like, it's a location to where I have your family, Great Lady Juniper, every person that we can find, every refugee that was destroyed. Do you want me to lead you to them?
Actually, I need to be filled. What exactly is going on here?
Have you not been getting our letters?
Actually, no.
Deception.
I haven't. I don't think I have. You said that the last time we exchanged letters was like forever ago.
To where like
So I don't remember
Juniper has given you letters, but you've also been getting letters from not only your dad but your mom as well. And you said you've never wrote back to them or even got to them. Like you read the letters, you just never.
I feel like Oh, I didn't know this part. Becca didn't know that part. Becca did not know that she was getting letters from her parents.
I mentioned it back.
This is Becca's fault.
I mentioned back on like the episode where you guys on the ship.
Well, Becca doesn't remember things very too well. Oh, that's actually terrible. That's 7.
7.
I don't have a certain charisma that I want. 7, because I have a -1 to that shit.
You see that
I mean, to her, she's being completely honest, because Becca thought she was being completely honest.
you see Alice. They kind of just look at you for a little bit, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you had read those letters, you would know of what your father actually mentioned to like whatever happened about like how something befell this whole entire place, something caused much pain. To where, let's just say, coming from everybody, I don't know what these creatures are. I mean, one of them kind of looked like deranged, like a tall as a giant, with like glass.
Would I recognize these descriptions?
Tall as, and it's just like them say, how they say, just like glass, like a head full of glass. And as soon as you say, give me a history.
Because if I'm history, you said?
Mm-hmm.
23.
23. As soon as they mention a head full of glass, your mind, the back of your mind, immediately say, "Oh no, it's the hunger of Pandemonium."
Motherfucker, I knew we should have killed that thing. Ugh. I say that out loud too.
Hold on, you've met such creatures. I haven't described
Yeah,
it.
it's called the hunger of Pandemonium. He's a bitch.
Oh, when I'm watching this, can I hear anything coming out of it?
The part that you hear is hunger.
I've only met one thing called the hunger.
Yeah, which is the fucking
Hunger of Pandemonium.
Right.
And as it happens, I need you, Aaron, to give me a wisdom save.
Here we go. +7? Yeah. Yeah, 26.
So you hear the hunger, and you're looking at the image and making sure that you're like keeping an eye on Ailey. Make sure. Did you mark one of your uses of foresight?
Hang on. I don't think I added it as a mark thing for me.
Because it tells you like you have 2 uses of the foresight.
Where did I even write that down? I wrote it down somewhere.
Did you write it down in your notes?
No, not in my notes. Where did I write it down? Actions. I can't figure it out.
Your feats, traits, the actual thing that's notated in D&D Beyond as notes.
Oh wait, hang on. Do you see that? That's a wild shape. Let's see. How many uses do I get just for future reference?
I just said 2 uses of foresight.
2. Alright, I'll just create something for me.
Like, as soon as you do that, and you're putting out your crystal, you see like you're looking through to where you see a hand flash over, and like the projectile image just fades away to where you lose connection to where she is.
Excuse me.
Earthquake.
Shut up.
A hand just like wipes over that projection, you lose contact of where Aileen is.
Uh-oh. This is not good.
Aileen continues on to where, like Alice mentions, to where you hear that the echoing, trembling outskirts throughout the whole entire valley of the kingdom. To where Alice, they look at you and say, "Okay, this is bad."
Maybe something to get inside?
As you're doing that, like, Alice grabs your arm and starts, like, running down the pathway.
Yep, inside it is.
To where you guys go inside, lock through, and going to, like, the very, very depths, like, down depths. You were in, like, a small room with, like, a lot of, like, bed wrappings. There's, like, a lot of elders, a lot of, like, young adolescents. There's, like, a lot of teenagers, a lot of preteens,
Please
like,
don't
young
tell me you've been
adults.
trying to fight this thing.
Looking at it to where Alice is like, "Afraid not. Whenever we were evacuating the whole entire city, it just started attacking everything. And it also had, like, these weird fleshy things right next to it."
Yep, we fought those too and nearly lost.
To where, like, you guys are, like, you're seeing through everything, and going through, you see, laying on, like, a little, like, like, on a little, like, hospital, like, a gurney. Yeah, like, laying on a gurney. Silver, almost, like, silver hair, silver white hair. Has, like, a lot of scratches on her face. You see Juniper is laying on the gurney with
Alrighty.
with your mom
I mean,
just
really dumb question, but is anybody else continue? Sorry.
to where, like, she's laying there still not moving, and your mom has, like, the bandages, like, over, like, a little bit of, like, the bridge of her nose, like, over her eyes, going all the way to her forehead, extremely wrapped up with bandages on her arms. You see your dad is knocked out on, like, one of those, like, little, like, like, the little hospital chairs. Just, like, sitting there, still hasn't moved, holding his forehead.
This is a really dumb question.
Mhm.
But has anybody maybe picked up a hobby in divination while I was gone, or no? Am I just daydreaming? I probably am.
If you're thinking of any form of, like, divination or from Godson, baby, this is the Feywild. No such thing can happen.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody else has picked up any kind of divination.
But, like,
Okay.
it's, I would say this, not the whole Feywild. The part that you're in, on the other hand, not one, like, a sense of divination.
Shut up! Oh. At least on the worst of the people, I start casting Spare the Dying. Like on people that look the worst.
The ones that look so
Because they're probably like on death door.
You start casting Spare the Dying, to where, like, you casting, like, on, like, a lot of like teenagers and a lot of adults. I would say, like, 2 children.
Yeah. And so once they are stable, then they can at least regain some shit while they're unconscious sleeping. And then I'm going to do how many of those do I have? 2 major prayer healings? No, I'm gonna do mass cure wounds. Yeah.
Okay.
I think. Is that worth it? that worth it? I'm pretty sure that might be worth it. Tracking it the entire group. That's true itself. I went way too far. I how do
Yep.
I always end? Oh,
Go ahead and roll some
sorry,
mass
I'm talking
curing
to myself.
wounds.
So I know healing works against the wounds of this thing because I was able to heal these fucktards. Gotta find it first. There it is. Not really. What's that? Could have rolled more for prayer or healing. Motherfuckers. Oh well.
Roll, bitch.
Well, that I did.
How much?
18 plus 8.
18 plus 8. Wow, that's a big number for words. That's 27.
Thank you. I don't know math.
20. But,
I was gonna think it'd be 26.
25. Healing disperses out to where you go.
Yes, maybe.
And disperse out to where it goes to touch your mom, your dad, and Juniper. It works on your dad. Your mom and Juniper, on the other hand, it doesn't.
I mean, for the worst of the people, I figured that it'd probably take more time to get them back up and actually on their feet.
As you're doing that, your father, who's just like laying there, still holding his face, gets hit with the healing. Looks up, starts.
I'm gonna do.
Very groggy, just like waking up, like a person wakes up and they barely can like see anything. It seems like what's.
I'm gonna detect poison and disease actually, real quick, as well.
All right, detect poison and disease. You detect not a poison on any one of them. I would say like any one of them, including your father. Your dad doesn't have any like poison nor disease either. Juniper doesn't have any poisons or disease. Your mom, on the other hand, technically, she does have a disease because, well, never mind, because you wouldn't count it as a disease. If anything, it's just infections. But an infection can lead up to an infection can lead up to a disease.
Yeah.
So, if anything, you get like a worse like from your mom, who is still not moved.
I'm gonna do another. Do the I am. I can't do the 5th level spell because I did the mass cure wounds. I don't think before I do these things. I guess I'll do the 2 prayer healings at 4th level.
Alright, go ahead, roll.
I'm gonna do 2 of them.
2 of them, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I'm a cleric. I need to actually use these fucking spells, man. I just actually gotta. So it's 2d8. So first one. Oh shit, maybe I need to actually roll all the ones I need to roll because I'm dumb. Second, third, fourth. Second, third, and fourth. I'm gonna use a calculator for this so I don't have to double guess myself. Where is it? I'm a mess right now, man.
Just say the numbers.
That's another 26 for the first one.
For 26.
For the first one.
Oh, for the first one.
Second, third. Second, third, fourth. Alright. Yeah, second, third, fourth. This is not as good. Actually, it is pretty decent. 23. It's still not that good.
49. Yeah, 49.
Let me mark off.
Is it 40? Yeah, 49. You do that to do another dispersive healing. And where you still do it, it still does not look like it's working on your mom or Juniper.
Hey, as long as I can at least get everybody else up in the room. Hey.
Everybody else, and I would say,
And I have a diamond in case somebody dies.
including Alice.
But actually, I need diamonds. I'm looking around the room like diamonds. Because if somebody dies, I can at least bring them back.
You see,
But I need a diamond. I need a bunch of diamonds.
I was like, I'm afraid that every single mineral that we had has been destroyed.
Huh, well you guys suck then. At least I have one, right?
Yeah, you still have the one you stole, yes.
I have one. She mumbles, I said, at least I have the one I stole.
You see your father gets up. Your father gets up, walks over to your mom, kneels down and holds her hand. Kneels down and holds her hand.
At least I have one. I'm recording a diamond anywhere.
Seriously? Over and just removing a few of her bandages, just to look at her as he is just holding her head. And you just see your dad hold his mouth, and still looks he looks extremely concerned.
So let's see.
Alright, what do you do now, Becca?
I'm thinking, let me look to see what this spell does, because I have it prepared. Don't know why I prepared it without looking at it. I don't think it does anything. 8. Why are these in alphabetical order?
Why are you doing that? I'm gonna just.
I can give her. I can give her 5 hit points for 8 hours. So that's what 8 does. It gives them 5 hit points for 8 hours. Their maximum and current hit points are increased by 5 for the entire duration.
You know what? No, I'm not gonna do it. Becca, roll me a percentile.
Oh, motherfucker. You fucking hate me. Thinking out loud. That's a 9. 95.
95. You see, as you're trying to think on what you can do, Father stands up after taking a look at your mother and fixes her bandage up on her face and where her eyes are. He goes over to Juniper, grabs Juniper's hands. And just whispers, "She's home. She's home. You can talk to her whenever you wake up."
You did so much work. We were at a temple.
So saying she's home and saying you can talk to her whenever you feel better or whenever both you and Faye feel much better. Where you see your dad just walk past you, looking at you.
It's I could do so much more if I was in a temple.
It's where your dad walks past you and
She's like nose deep into like a bunch of books that she has.
he pats you on the top of your head.
She doesn't even look up. She's like muttering to herself, like
And
just trying to figure something out.
and as like you're focusing, and I'm guessing going to ignore, he's going to whisper in your ear and say, "They're in your hands now."
Huh?
As soon as she says that and you look up, he's gone.
What the oh,
Bamboozled.
And you are looking right there, like up and down, to where you notice the water is tainted. His water is tainted.
that motherfucker.
And, like, tainted, not of like evil tainted more like it's not purified of like what type of like magic he uses. Since like you can tell, like he's like the fathomless, and like his thing is literally like all like a lot of water. His is stained with his blood and someone else's blood, to where you hear a growl coming from the bay, and a growl to where like a concussion of force and like a very big tremor shake. As everything
Lovely.
as it's all shaking, we're gonna cut from where you are now, Becca, and continue back over
Awesome stuff.
in Cadence. Where we're gonna scroll over to Cadence to where Giles.
Your turn, bitch.
I've been waiting for this.
Your turn, heifer.
As you see a person disappears from the little like teleportation rift, and you're right in front of like the teleportation rift. What do you do?
Well, first off, does my character know how this got here? I assume that's what Aileen went into to get to the Feywild, correct?
You wouldn't know, because like by the time that you
my
got,
character just stumbles upon it.
yeah, you stumble upon it.
I just go, ah, must be one of her tricks. And I say, goodness, I can't even when she's not here, I still seem to run into her trickery.
He doesn't know the story behind it. That's not fair.
As I just sidestep it and walk past it.
You walk past the teleportation rift where there's like a lot of wizards standing right there.
Let's see. Do they look like they're standoffish, or can I just walk past them?
You walk past them.
Okay.
And
I'm just kind of keeping my head low, trying to look unassuming. Kind of like in Assassin's Creed, where they just kind of walk.
keep their head lower. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you're doing that, Giles, do you know how you're going to get back home?
I'll find a way.
Yeah, don't travel with the way I did. That's 2,000 gold, bro.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is Giles is looking for a church.
Yeah. There's a cathedral around here.
I suppose I see it. Its steeple is probably pretty tall. I look up, knowing that churches will tend to build with their steeples very tall, so that people could see them from far away, noticing it pretty quickly.
Kind of.
And so I walk over, and I would like to go in.
You walk in, and you see there's like a lot of people. There would be like a lot of people here, but it's just like the one man sitting at the altar with his like back turned to you.
I'm just gonna go over next to him, kneel down next to him, and say, Hope you don't mind me being here. As I'll just turn and start doing my own thing.
You hear a voice. Well, not at all. In fact, you can go ahead, do what you need.
I just nod and I start praying to Lathander.
What do you say as you're praying to Lathander? Well, what are
I
you
say,
beltering out?
well, so you've steadied my hand on my travels, so though I ask, as I move to and fro, eventually there are places where I must go. Oh, you know. And I say, my travels have brought me far and wide. On this ship to the other side, but there is something I must confide. I don't belong here. And I know perhaps your purpose for me has been to go and travel with this group, but they just don't trust me. And I understand it's not like it would be easy to trust someone after they made a deal with some sort of horrible entity and it turned on them, unleashing their flurry of daggers against them. I don't think it would be easy for anyone to trust someone that would do something like that, and so I think it best if I were to just return home where I have unfinished business.
As soon as you're saying all this, roll me a religion.
What's that?
Roll me a religion.
Religion. There we go. First religion roll ever of this entire campaign. Hey, first paladin ever in this entire campaign. First time it's somebody who's actually gone into a place of worship. 11.
You're praying out to Lysandros, and you are just eating out your heart and sing your words. Your crystal starts to glow as you're calling out. To where the golden light of that crystal mixed in to where it's keeping you applaud with that the bright blue of heroism from Lysandros to give you that good bit of a glow, that afterglow, to where you hear the voice of him speaking. For you to be redeemed, no. For you to act on part of vengeance. Vengeance in its whole entire right is pure justice. For you to feel such things as your friends, your party not trusting you, or that is such a way of life. Everybody thinks to where they hear in stories that the gods are just evil and good. Two different sides of the same coin. The voice that mine carries harrows and beck and call to whether that person is good or bad. But if they are joyful in pride, then losing their way in sin and justice. So for you to say that your party that does not trust you, that does not think that you are trustworthy, you answer that question with another. Why am I not trustworthy? Because of the things that I've done? Or to the things that can be changed throughout the future? Your path of vengeance grows different whether if you are evil, whether if you are good. I don't know the real purpose of these crystals. I kind of want to learn a little bit much more of them. Not every god has the intelligence, whether they are the god of knowledge, whether they are the god of vengeance like myself, or whether they are the god of battle strategies or not. They don't have all the answers. But from what I know of the crystals that you hold into your hand, they go to someone who feels quite trustworthy. Giles, do you think you are trustworthy of such crystal?
I hold the crystal in my hand, and I hold my holy symbol in the other. I put my holy symbol away and hold out Theus, my blade. And I look at Theus, then I look at my crystal, and the holy symbol draped from my neck. And I say, think to be trustworthy is to prove oneself through their actions. Perhaps now, if I am deemed untrustworthy, I can change that through the course of the future, through my actions. And as I look and I say, you understand the path of vengeance, for you're the god of it. So, more than anything, I know what I must do.
As you were
So I stand, holding my crystal, and I say, I'm not sure what this thing is, but I know it chose me. Whether or not I think of myself trustworthy or not, this crystal sees me as so. Something worthy, otherwise I would not be able to hold it as I am now. And I will continue to try to prove it, knowing of this knowledge of divine destiny, as I have come to understand that this is a sort of destiny in and of itself. I know what I must do. Thank you.
As the light of Lysaurus fades into where the crystal also, the light fades to where you feel imbued, and you hear another voice, one resembling that of Toma. She is speaking throughout not only just the crystal, but from your mind. You now know what you want to do, Giles?
I say, yes, though it will take some time, and I need to get stronger.
Do you know what your goal is going to be? Or are you going to finally open out and tell the truth? The full
I
truth?
say, I think to tell the full truth is to enact vengeance. As I think of those last memories of my master, and his the look on the family as they turned looking at me in horror, thinking I'm responsible for his death. As the rumors spread that I was responsible, knowing the burden would be too great for me to stay, and so I left, running away from the truth. When I realized that in that moment running away is what condemned me. And so, to continue running away like I am now would be to falsify the truth, to condemn myself further than I already am, but I should run in, enact vengeance, face it. Face the fear, face my problems, face the scale. And I need not do it alone. I know of the others, supportive of the cause, and need be As I look at the crystal, I can call upon these misfits, these dysfunctional disappointments. And perhaps this is something we can accomplish together. But for now, there's some things that I need to sort out. Some things only I know how. So yes, to answer your question, I do know what I need to do.
The crystal starts glowing. And whenever it starts glowing, you have an ability.
Ooh. Hey, I'm opening that homebrew tab, baby.
A vengeful snare.
Ooh.
A vengeful snare. You can locate any last remembrance of the ones that you wish to seek vengeance on, whether if they come from the memories of the past or foes in the future.
Nice.
You can mark them with the avengement to where you are able to do a bonus 2d8 points of damage. And if you're trying to locate of your past transgressions, you can look into the crystal and it costs. And it's about 2 uses of this.
Ooh, okay. I really need to get the homebrew tab open then.
And the 2 uses of it, you have to make either an investigation or make a survival to truly
So let
locate
me
your path of where they are.
remind me what this thing is called.
A vengeful snare.
Vengeful Snare. Version 1.0. You can locate
Anyone from your past, from your memories past, or any future foe that you see.
any past or future foe that you see. Okay. Past or future foe that you see that you would enact vengeance upon.
Mm-hmm.
Vengeance upon. 2 uses, do they refresh?
2 uses, they restore on a long rest.
Okay. A long rest. And are these 2 uses the 2d6?
The
2d8.
The 2d8 is only whenever you're in combat, and the snare is marked on to where the crystal is not only just glowing, but you are either looking at the foe that you. That's why I say for future reference of any future foe that you have, that you mark them of such like a sort of future foe that you need to act upon vengeance with, or from your past memories, aka a specific people of the scale. They're immediately marked, and you get to additional 2d8.
I'll call it marking them with a mark of vengeance.
Ooh.
So that's from the 2d6. When it locates them, it's kind of like I would assume it's kind of like looking into a crystal ball where it like reveals their location and like puts a mark on them that I can see. And it like burns into my mind, and so when I see them, I imagine it's kind of like when Percy, like No Mercy Percy, the people, like the names on the gun. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm actually
mainly
thinking more like hunters.
it's more like to the part of for fans.
As in like people from past or future foes, right? How like it shows me who.
Mainly, it's to the fact of like how Percy's is the
Okay.
yeah, it's how Percy's is but it's mainly how for my fans of Supernatural, aka me, Austin, and Becca, I guess. Yeah, I guess Becca as well.
Mm,
Yep.
How Dean has
Oh,
had the
I
mark of
did.
has like the mark of Cain, and literally how his
Yeah.
aggressions are immediately amplified. Think of that, to where like you're literally just
Yeah.
marking them to where they can feel like the surging bit of like not only just like searing of like heat or anything burning into them, but the overwhelming presence of like someone's watching them, like their breath is getting
Ooh.
taken away.
So how long does that mark last? Does it last like until they die?
They last until they die.
Nice. Okay, and the extra damage, does that only happen on your first attack or on every attack against that marked foe?
Every single time.
So your attacks deal an additional
2d8.
2d8. Is there any damage type or is it just 2d8 damage?
It does, for Vengeful, it is Radiant.
2d8 radiant. I like that.
However,
Dealing
if you were to crit on this, the dice does not double.
Okay. I'll just say damage. This damage is not doubled on a crit. Okay.
Alright.
To the marked creature.
Boom.
Is that it?
That is it. You
Is
got
that
a
all I
venge-
need to know?
That's all you got. A Vengeful Snare.
Is it anything like, do I know the location of them?
If you want to, we can go ahead and do
Oh,
this
you
now.
said survival. Okay, I forgot about that. The investigation and survival part. What was that again?
It's
Can
either
you repeat that?
it's either investigation or survival. You have to roll an investigation or survival to see where they are. DC 20.
DC 20 to locate the marked creature. Okay, so it's investigation or survival, DC 20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that like an action or is that only like outside of combat?
You can use it outside of combat.
Now in combat, can I use that? And if I could, what would it count as?
You would
Like
not.
action, bonus, action, reaction?
It does not work during combat. The
Alright, I'll say
location.
to locate the marked creature only outside of combat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Paste that. To buff. Combat. And detection. Like that. Okay, feat created. No, I just do... action, and I paste that into the action. General. Name, Vengeful Snare. Ability score type. I won't put anything. Level, nothing. Range, no range. Save type, no save. Dice count, 2d8. Damage type, radiant. Display as attack. Yes, so that I can see it. Activation type, special. Reset type, long rest. Boom. Boom.
Okay.
I
As
almost got it. And limited use. 2 uses. Done. Alright. This is where making a lot of homebrew stuff comes in handy, because then you know how to navigate these menus really quick. And now I can just add it straight to Giles.
as
I reload.
as this is all happening, to where you're able to get up and have like to where it's stored in your hand as it's getting done glowing, everybody's crystals start flashing blue, except for Becca's.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have Vengeful Snare now. That's pretty cool.
Continuing on to where Aaron and Drift. There we go. To where Aaron and Drift are still walking around, and they walk deep into the town of Thorncarver and hobble into like a little bit of a tavern. To where Drift is holding up two crystals and like sets them on the table. It's like, so now are we gonna find new members?
Is that how that works? I'm pretty sure they get chosen.
Well, how do we? I don't know. Let these things get chosen to where you see the crystal starts like shaking it, and Drift's like both the crystals start shaking in Drift's hands, to where they are
Drop it right now.
Launched out to where like one flies around. The purple one shoots out of the bar and just disappears from without range. The red one starts flying still in place and is spinning around constantly to where it lands over plop at a table. Austin, I'd like for you to introduce yourself.
Hell yeah!
What is this?
As you're
What's this little tiny crystal?
it's where like the crystal is like popped right there, like no, it's just tiny little crystal. It's where that crystal is like reverbing, spinning around, and a red ore starts palicating around you.
All right.
Looking at it towards bouncing, Aaron, Drift, you are looking over to where like it's landed over to where. Austin, describe your character out for us.
Well, Brondel, standing at a good, really stands out in the crowd. His pale white Goliath, red face tattoos, a big bushy beard of black, jet black, with his great sword on his back. Of course, now surrounded by this red aura.
So like the aura is just like cutting around, just making you just looking like, what is this shit?
I was telling a story, but
hold on. AVS, fix your mic real quick. You tend to like cut out and go back in.
Oh, give me a second. How about now?
Yeah, pretty good.
I just moved it closer to my face.
Whatever works.
And it's just like spinning around to where like you're just looking at it and just like so it picks.
Speak of the devil, buddy. Yeah. I think I was onto something. I think I was right. I'm gonna walk over to him.
You see the lengthy human walk over to you.
Oh, hello.
Pronounce your name again, sir.
Brondel.
Brondel.
Or you can call me Braun for short.
Braun. I like it. Okay. I'll say. And Brondel, you say? I'm Aaron.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
I did it again. I'm
Listen,
sorry.
young Aaron.
We're rolling with it. You don't know. I did it again.
Zero.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, let's recon that a little bit. My name is Zero. Nice to meet you.
Hello there, Zero.
I can see why his intelligence is low.
Charisma.
And his intelligence, too.
I'd like to say I have
Really?
intelligence 12. I'm pretty smart.
Yeah, it's okay.
But the crystal is flying over to where you see a turtle person looking at you, Brundle, to where it's like, I don't know if this is it's just happening because it wanted to, like that purple crystal flew out the tavern, but this is. Oh wait, hold on. How can we be sure that it actually picked him? It's probably just like have like a weird magnetic pull to where like you see the turtle goes to like grab the crystal and the crystal just strikes his hand. Just, oh!
Why don't you touch it, Brondle?
I will lay my hand on the crystal and try to pick it up.
You lay your hand
There's
on the
only one way
crystal.
to find this out.
Lay your hand on the crystal. Give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Alright. Here we go.
Hey, at least it's not intelligence.
That's
You lucked out.
19.
Ooh, 19.
19. First roll of the campaign, doing good already.
Hey, at least it wasn't like Deck World, not one. I'm just kidding, but still. But,
Oh,
but
not fair.
But on a 19, you gotta touch the crystal and pick it up. You're able to pick it up just fine to where you feel like red energy takes over you and flashing into your eyes, so your eyes flash red with the aura around you. Peeping into your mind, you see a black high elven woman who is like hunched down her knees as she's like holding the sides to where there's a book on the side, like on like the left side of her, and her staff also right next to her. Curly hair, kind of like dark brown, but whenever it flashes in light in like this little deep like part, it's just flashing to where like it gives like the little bit of like that golden brown like highlight of it, to where she's holding herself hunched down
Alright.
in tears. What do you do?
Well, I'm honestly confused. This little image is in my head. How's it in there?
Holding on to the crystal, you just see as she's just like still crying and still keeping that pose, kind of just like holding herself, and like kind of holding something glowing in her chest as well, like on her chest as well.
Are you alright, little one?
Just here.
Hmm.
It's over. It's over. And just looking up.
What's over?
Looking up at you, and you can see her eyes and her face with a little bit of freckles in her eyes. And like, one of her eyes are glowing of a scarlet color. And the other one is just like the dark brown. Looking at you. He's just like saying out, he's back. The man with scarlet eyes. Just saying out. Just saying like he's back. The man with scarlet eyes, as her eye is just glowing with that scarlet color.
Alright. Of course, I'm honestly confused. Of course, I think Braun would also be sort of confused. Of course, he doesn't know what's happening. I guess I'll try to comfort the little one. If I can.
You go to comfort her, and how does Brundle comfort her?
I guess he'll try to get down as low as tall and try to pat her on the back saying, it's alright.
as you go to pat her on the back, you feel a surge of lightning and like chaotic energy hit you to where you go flying back.
All right.
Just to where she's
Oh
looking
boy.
and looking at you, just like stands up, runs over to you, like this. Oh my god! And just looks over at you, and just like
That hurt a little bit.
goes to touch your face a little bit, to where like she touches your face, to where if you did take damage, she kind of heals because like your body does kind of look more tattered, and like a little bit like
Yeah.
Demonstrate, like she kind of heals that part to where like you can feel like the warm energy that's like kind of like the reddish pink.
All right.
She's looking at you.
Well, I thank you, little one.
What's your name?
Brondel. Most people call me Braun.
Braun. I'm Meridian.
Well, nice to meet you, young Meridian.
And just looking like I'm not that young. Trust me.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
To where she kind of just helps you up a little bit. Just holding. You might be kind of new to this, but let me recap you on the story of what I've mentioned of he's back.
All right.
Years ago, I used to be a part of a party that was worshipped on the great god of this plane, the great goddess of the plane of cadence. Her name is Alana Beryl. We were sent
All right.
on a good quest with my party members to where we end up fighting, and like she kind of like removes like her like one of her hands from her chest and opens up her palm to where like she has a crystal remarking yours whenever before you ended up having this vision her of a broken shards of trying to return
All right.
the crystal to the great giant radiant crystal itself into the palace of Nezimic. Whenever we were getting these crystals and going on our ventures to restore balance and making sure the man in Scarlet Eyes didn't get out, before we even met each other in like the man, we were all just misfits. So like a lot of people kept calling us the Legends of Tomorrow, and we made the whole entire name of ourselves the Mystics. Lana's Mystics. We've had our bumps in the roads, especially us like leaving constantly, but everything started to go very downhill to where we saw this. I don't know what you call him. He's definitely a person, but everything about him just felt wrong. He joined our party, and like everything was just off. Like it was a madman, a psycho. You just see as she begins to like go deeper down and like get like a little bit depressed, like holding her head down.
All right.
In just whenever he joined our party, I thought he was just like, like who isn't messed up in this world? I mean, darker moments, death can do that to a person to where it makes him twisted. But he just wanted to hurt everything. Whether if it was a person who was good, or if it was a person who was bad, he just wanted to hurt everything. And one day, his magic just went, like, berserk, to where, like, everything around him just ended up getting destroyed. Like, a lot of chaos, like, a lot of madness happened, to where it got so bad to where whenever like we told him he can't come back or even think about entering the Isle of and she's just going off rambling and like starting to like. It looks like it's very hard for her to talk about that specific moment. One fated day that we went to go return the crystals, hand them straight back to Ellen herself. As soon as we handed the crystals, the Malcom started. Once the Malcom started, everything around us started blinking constantly, back in and back out, kind of like the skies went red. The sun itself went to like a pit of the eclipse, and everything around us just started like destroying all over the place. And just soon as we went to go fight and we saw who it was, he destroyed the crystals, destroyed everything. He killed. And like you see her cover her mouth. He killed Hugin. He hurt everybody, and he destroyed everything to where the last moments I remember, I'm looking over with blood on my hands, saying it's over. And then everything just went dark.
I'm like tapping on his shoulder, like, "Hey, buddy, you okay in there?"
Yeah, like his eyes are still glowing. On the outside, like his eyes are still glowing.
Oh snap! Oh, he's getting the whole shebang. He's getting the 1, 2, 3. I think he's chosen. If you have your doubts,
Yeah.
I mean,
To where you see Drift,
you
like,
know.
you see Drift? Yeah, that's pretty much telling me the whole story. If, like, the whole entire red eyes, he's drilling from the mouth.
Yeah.
To like, but, Braun, you get done hearing, like, her story as she just, like, spaces off and, like, is, like, still trembling a little bit.
Well, child, you don't need to tell me about hardness. I've known much about it myself. Being away from my home of Annaville for so long now. It's hard, I know.
To where you see her, like,
He'll try to stand up.
you go to stand up, to where, like, you're able to, like, dust off, and you see her immediately just, like, smack her face, and just, like, claps, like, not claps her fingers, like, snaps with her left hand to where her staff and book, and, like, as she's holding her staff and her book, her tome, is floating up in the air. I'll try to see if I can fill in a little bit of history now and then of the original party and what's going on to the world, but if anything, I know you, person of your stature, I don't know if you want to try this quest out, but probably help us on the journey if you want to. As she puts on the shards and holds out her hand, I can give you my blessing.
Well, I'm usually in it for the money, but for this one time, I will be in it for of helping someone in need. I'll gladly help.
And you go to shake her hand to take the blessing, to where that red pinkish energies starts floating off into you, like warping around into your person. Austin, get ready to type.
I'm typing.
Alright, you've gained Iridian's blessing. Now,
Okay, let me get my character sheet up real quick.
Hell
I'll write it in my notes.
no.
Well,
I'll
actually,
just write blessing, so I
if anything, I could spell it out for you.
don't worry about it.
Okay, technically not blessing, more like Iridian's tears.
I'll write tears.
The fucker.
Slash weapon.
Tears/weapon, even though it's a blessing and not /weapon. But if anything, it's fair. Your wisdom has increased up by 2.
Okay, so my wisdom goes up by 2. I'll go ahead and real quick. So it went from 14 to a 16.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and take your shower, Gabe. Whenever you're in an enraged state, your rage.
So one rage.
Whenever you're in an enraged state, your rage damage does extra by 3.
Okay, so it's an extra 3 damage on top of my usual.
Mm-hmm. Any form of charm, any form of sleep or dream type magic, that is immediately dispersed onto you like a form of pseudo immunity.
Okay.
And whenever you are using your wild magic surge,
Okay, well, okay.
the duration of not the duration, the damage is increased by 1 dice.
Okay, so increased damage by 1 dice. I'll put WMS, Wild Magic Surge, dice +1.
Alright. With that blessing. Oh, and also a little bonus. So whenever she healed you on the face,
Yeah.
your armor class is now up by 2.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Kaz, I'm gonna be honest. I would
Mhm.
just say +1. I wouldn't want this +2 to you.
You better take the +2 because I know it's going to be a 20.
Okay. If you say so.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm guessing after all this, I wake up in this pseudo trance state that I was in.
How is Kazakus going to do this? But you're done, right? You're done writing, Austin?
Yeah. I typed everything onto my
Okay.
my character stuff.
As soon as you get done getting touching to your blessing, you see her just stand as her staff in her hand and her tongue is floating. Looks at you. I couldn't lead them as great as Osmond could. If you were to ever meet anyone else who has the exact same crystals as you, help them search for Osmond.
Alright.
As you say that, you come to as your eyes stop glowing with the red light of your crystal as your crystal is still holding in your hand. Kind of wipe the drool off your face.
Well, I needed a nap. Didn't expect it that way, though.
I would say during this whole entire time, I would say your mouth kind of cricked open just a little bit, to where if I was it just kind of floating repeatedly.
Yeah.
To where you see Drift slaps you in the arm. He's awake. Looking at you, Aaron. He kind of slaps you in the arm. He's awake.
No, it's done. What you see?
First drink,
Ugh.
then discuss.
Well, consider
The
that your
history lesson made me
initiation.
think.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Well, yes, it was. I guess I'll put it in my pouch.
Just like stick the
I guess
person in the
since y'all, yeah, I guess since y'all appeared when this appeared, y'all know about it too.
I'll show him mine.
You see, he pulls out a gray crystal.
Becca, I heard that sticker.
Okay.
You keep your mind to yourself.
I pull out my junk. I just pull mine out and slap it on the table. Damn, it's bigger than what it used to be.
Oh, my dexterity's increased since then.
So weird. The dex increase. However, my strength, on the other hand, is still subpar. I pull my load quicker than anything else.
I pull out my charisma. It was
Oh
negligible.
my god. You opened yourself up for that one.
He did. Hey, Becca.
Anyway,
That's how he got pregnant.
shut up. I can't say nothing.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I'm a 13-year-old boy.
Anyway,
Well, I guess while we're sitting here discussing, is there anything y'all would like to know about me and my line of work?
are
Drift
you a
looks.
mercenary?
Drift was like, I was just about to say that too.
Yes, I am a mercenary.
Insight.
My usual motto is
Insight. I'm sorry. It's initiation. It has to be done.
you're fine.
Austin.
Natural one.
Never mind. I was about to say
Okay,
Austin.
I believe you.
I was about to say Austin, and she's heard than that one. Never mind. He's
My usual saying is, yeah, I'm about to say my usual saying is, if you want to know of my work, follow the buzzards.
Oh my god, Austin, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I'm crying now.
There has been a gap in my life for the past 3 days that may or may not have been filled today. Well, you're going to see great things.
I'm crying now. I don't like you anymore, Austin. You see Drift like wave over to the bartender. Bartender, a few drinks of ale.
I'll skip out on the drinks today. I want to be sober for our trip home.
When the bartender
yeah,
comes over.
Brondel, we have a house.
Oh, hopefully you can accommodate for a man of my stature.
Oh, it's a big house, and we were originally accommodating for a large man who I will not discuss. But, yeah, there's definitely space.
Well then, lad. As soon as like Drift takes a sip of like the drink a little bit, he's like, and then piss water the mead, and just like pours it out and like slams gold on the table. I'm going out, and just like walks away from the table. But he's, oh yeah, by the way, my name's Drift, and just starts walking away.
He just kind of he does a lot of that. Yeah, Drift. He does.
Well, it's I'm about to say it's an ironic name. He
If Jerry were here, he would have said, "Shut up," and just left anyway.
Shut up. Anyway, you know.
But Bearing's essential on to where you two pretty much give yourself like start talking to a little bit until you guys start like getting a little bit comfortable and getting out. This is what we're gonna end for tonight.
All right.
Oh, alright.
But
I'm gonna try not to get comfy.
But before I end this recording, Becca, can you do me a favor? A very quick solid.
What?
Can you roll 3 dice for me?
Oh, what comes?
Percentile in the D12.
Fucking shit. Fuck me. Which one do I need to roll first?
Roll the percentiles, if you could.
49.
Okay, roll me that D12.
Oh, man. A 1.
Ooh! Tune in next time. Good night!
Hey, no way. Chaz, we gonna have to talk.
Oh, and also,
I
everybody,
guarantee I'm just gonna, like, literally pop out of the table.
everybody, can we give like a good round of applause and like for like a new introductions for the main man of my best friend Austin Victory?
Austin, well done.
Welcome,
Well done, my man.
welcome to like your very first session of Radiant Pandemonium. You have a lot to catch up on, my friend. That's why you should watch those videos on YouTube.
Oh, you think I haven't watched them?
Yeah.
I was on episode 15 earlier.
You're
I
on
see
episode
those
15?
metrics.
Yeah, motherfucker.
He's on episode 15. Damn. He's catching up.
Yeah. Hey, you only got what episode are we on? 22? Yeah, you got what?
About,
Six-
about
oh wait, you
22.
were here for 21.
He was about
You
here
only
for...
really have to listen to the past 5.
Mm-hmm. Technically, he has to listen to all of them to get where
I
he's...
didn't even get a,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't even
right.
get a chance to roll my lucky Spider-Man dice.
We'll go over that, but if anything, good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night. I
Now I'm gonna
can't.
go check to see what
Bro.
49 gets on the